Hey, Ad.
Hey.
I feel like this episode's gonna be kind of depressing.
Yep, same.
Well, I guess let's jump into it before we cancel for this week and go get boxes of Kleenex.
That's probably a good idea.
You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Three,
Two, one.
one.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Case Closed.
Today we will be pressing rewind, well, not that we weren't already, and recapping things about people's lives following the dismissal of Pearl's case.
This includes the four suspects: Pearl's husband Bob, her best friend Edith, childhood friend Darren, and waitress at the Savory Spoon Ada. Additionally, we'll be looking into the post-case lives of Detective Bailey, the detective investigating the case, and Pearl's stepbrother Frank and her cousins Craig and Joseph.
In all honesty, we don't exactly know everything we're going to discover in this episode, but it is about everyone's lives after the case was dropped, so
So if you hear a bunch of silence and random sniffling, you know why. Anyway, let's get started, I guess.
sure. So, one really sad thing that we discovered recently is that Detective Bailey passed away in the winter of 1941, just before he solved the case.
We discovered this in the last episode when we interviewed Ada's great-granddaughter, Sarah Holt.
Yeah. Prez, I've been meaning to ask, do you find Detective Bailey's death suspicious at all, or do you believe it was really an accident?
Of course I find it suspicious. There's no way his death was an accident. I mean, you're telling me he died coincidentally just before figuring out who killed Pearl?
True. I guess we can talk more about that later, but we should get into some other stuff.
Yep. Sorry for the doldrums, guys. First, we're going to be talking about Bob Adams' life after Pearl's case was dropped.
Bob was not happy, as you can imagine any loving husband would or wouldn't, I suppose, be.
After digging deeper into the dark side of the internet, we found a letter that Bob sent to the local PD, which was dated January 31st, 1941.
Almost 7 months after Pearl's death.
Yep,
Well, I've got the letter up. I can start reading.
sure.
Okay. To whom it may concern at Portland Police Department.
My name is Bob Adams. I'm Pearl Adams' husband. I visited your building the other day and I wanted to apologize for my behavior to one of your officers. No, I don't accept this. It has to be something you can do to bring justice for my Pearl.
Mr. Adams, I apologize, I do, but there's not a thing more that we can do for your wife.
Not a thing more. What have you done at all? Detective Bailey was doing a fine job. He was well on his way to giving me closure for what happened to my poor wife. Now he's gone and I do not get to know the truth. Her best friend, her family, the fate of this case was entirely in the hands of Detective Bailey. How is that fair to anybody?
Mr. Adams, please calm down. I truly understand your frustrations, though we just do not feel it would be ethically fair to Detective if we continued solving his case.
There you go again. Continued. None of you here have done anything for my wife's case. Please stop. I beg of you, please.
I understand. Please, just calm yourself down.
I'm disgusted with this decision of the department. Do not attempt to contact me, as that will not be reciprocated.
Bobby?
Edie,
Oh, poor Bob. I'm here. I'm here.
my words were inexcusable, though. Please understand that I'm grieving a very difficult loss. My wife was everything to me. It's simply not fair what happened to her. I just know that I can never forgive myself if I do not make sure Pearl's killer receives the punishment he or she deserves. Well, please pass along my deepest apologies to that officer, Bob Adams.
Okay. I wonder what he did or said at that PD.
I mean, it couldn't have been too bad. It was 1940. What really did he do? Raise his voice slightly? I think we can assume he didn't beat the guy up.
You never know.
Oh, come on. Well, anyway, on to some other stuff about Bob. We did also discover that Bob passed when he was around 65 years old, which was a typical lifespan for that time.
I think he said he was in some nursing home, right?
Yeah, he developed some sort of disease. I forget exactly what it was. So he was in a nursing home from a semi-young age.
Yep.
Are you sure you can't come, dear?
I'm sorry, Pearl. I do have things I have to tend to. I must figure out the curriculums for upcoming school year, and that does take a lot of time and effort.
I understand, darling. Well, next time, I'm sure. I'll be home later this afternoon and we can have a nice supper, okay?
Sounds wonderful, dear.
Okay. I really should get going. Edith is a stickler for being on time.
Yes, I'm aware.
All right, I'm off. Mwah. Love you, darling.
Love you too, sweetheart.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
What?
Ad, I was just researching a couple things while you read that letter and
What? Bob and Edith got married?
you can knock me over with a feather.
Stop, just stop. No.
I might cry. I actually might cry.
When did they get married?
I don't know. It doesn't even say.
How do we find that out?
You mean, how do we know if it's a coincidence or if...
Or if Pearl's death was all part of a bigger plan? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Oh, thank you for inviting me out for lunch, Edith. I had a wonderful time.
Of course, my friend. I had a lovely time as well.
Well, I should be home.
All right.
Well,
Are you okay, Pearl?
yes, I'm fine, Edith. Just a tad bit of a stomachache. I must have eaten that delicious salad a bit too fast.
Oh, okay. If you say so. Well, I hope to do this again soon. Maybe Bob will be able to join us as well.
Maybe. Well, let's walk out together.
Oh, you go on. I'm going to stick around for a moment and talk to our chef. Those salads were just delightful.
Give Darren my compliments as well. I'll see you, Edith.
See you, Pearl.
Well, as much as we need to figure out things about Edith and Bob, we should move on to talking about Edith as an individual. Her life without Pearl, you know.
Yep, okay.
Oh, before we forget, Edith died sometime in her late 70s, right?
Of course, she outlived the others.
She's a legend.
Well, I do remember that we came across some letters again, right?
Ah, yeah, I will screenshot them.
Oh, you didn't print them this time?
No, I figured I'd let Pearl's ghost try to hack my computer before I let her teleport my papers again. Oh my god, Prez.
No.
Yes.
No! Oh my god, shut up. You're awful. Just screen share.
Okay. There you go.
Cool. Oh, disclaimer, everyone, we have not read these letters yet.
If you hear thumps followed by silence, send help.
All right. I can start reading the first one.
Okay, that's Edith's.
Oh, joy.
It's a privilege to be reading the words of a hero.
Yeah, right. Okay. Let me actually start reading. My beloved Bob, I feel the need to express my regret regarding our last conversation.
It was never my intention to hurt you, Bobby. Needless to say, you are the closest person to me, and I deeply appreciate you, and the last thing I'd ever wish to do would be to hurt you in any way. When I suggested moving on, I didn't mean that day or any time while you are still grieving your wife. I merely meant to suggest that one day, when you are done feeling these awful feelings and when you are able to comprehend the situation clearly, that you should find someone who makes you happy like Pearl did. She would want you to find love again, to find someone that makes you just as happy as Pearl herself did. I think we both know that is true. Well, I do hope to receive a letter from you soon, Bobby. With love, Edith.
Alrighty then, Edith is just...
Stalker?
more or less, yeah.
I don't care what your relationship is with someone. How can you sit there and tell someone to just get over their dead wife?
Yeah, I really don't get it.
How sick do you have to be to just be like, it's been 3 days, time to move on?
I don't know, Prez, I just don't.
Well, do you want to read Bob's letter back to her?
Yeah, sure, let me scroll to it. Alright, here we go. Edith, I appreciate your attempt to explain, though I must say...
I feel as if you're pushing the point of moving on. I understand you only want what is best for me. I do. But I truly feel that at this point in time, what is best for me is to feel my emotions and grieve my late wife my way. I would like to meet with you, though, to talk about how we are both feeling and how relationship should proceed. When are you available for a little catching up? Perhaps we can meet at another restaurant, though. I imagine Savory Spoon may bring up a few unneeded and unwanted memories. Thank you, my friend Bobby.
Sounds like Bobby was a bit more open to the idea of, well, Edith.
What it really sounds like is that Bobby was being manipulated by Edith, like she was brainwashing him or something.
Okay, that's just extreme, Ad.
Prez, they literally got married.
Yes, but I can't imagine it's because he was being brainwashed by her.
You don't?
No, I don't.
I just think she's hiding something, obviously.
Something, not the fact that she's playing with Bob's mind.
I don't know, I'm convinced, but...
We'll see.
Bobby, hi.
Hello, Edie.
Oh, I am just so sorry, Bob. I've been going through so much, but I cannot even begin to imagine how it's been for you.
Thank you, Edith, but I do know how much you and Pearl care for one another. This must be so difficult for you as well.
Oh, it is. Our poor Pearl. I just don't know how to continue without her. How do we do that, Bob? How?
I wish I knew. Well, shall we sit? Perhaps we can talk about something a bit more cheery?
Certainly.
Maybe we should go over some stuff about Darren now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so Darren, as we all know, was the chef at the Savory Spoon and one of Pearl and Frank's closest childhood friends.
Exactly. Now, speaking of Darren and Frank, we realised in one of our previous episodes that the pair had some sort of falling out years before the incident.
To recap, Darren had all of his money and stuff at the same bank that Frank worked at. We speculate there very well could have been a disagreement over money or loans or something that caused their friendship to crumble.
Darren, please just hear me out.
What do you have to say?
I just got a promotion, a very great promotion, Darren. I can't lose my job now.
So don't tell anybody.
It isn't that simple.
And why's that?
Do not come to my office and question my integrity and knowledge regarding my job. Do I show up at your restaurant asking why you do your job the way you do or questioning you? No, I don't believe I do.
No. You don't, Frank. But if I denied you a meal at my restaurant for no damn good reason, then maybe you would.
I do have a good reason, Darren. This is my job, my work, my livelihood. This is how I pay the bills. How I survive. Are you trying to take that away from me?
Are you really accusing me?
Speculating, Darren. I'm speculating as I'm caught between a rock and a hard place right now.
And why would that be?
I am caught, Darren, between my closest friend and the law.
Oh, don't you dare do that.
Do what?
Nothing, Frank. You never do a damn thing wrong, do you? I believe we're done here. Thank you for your time today, Mr. Anderson.
Psychopath.
Our situation sounds like it could very well be accurate, but I don't know how we can know for sure.
Yeah, not to be like depressing or anything, but like all these people are dead, so there's not even a way for us to get any further information from any of them.
Yeah, it's kind of disturbing if you think about it.
It is that.
Well, another thing we've discovered about Darren, which we know already, is that he and Edith Stone were third cousins.
Yep. Hold on. What if... No, it can't be.
Can't be what?
It's insane, but I was just thinking that what if it was Edith or Darren and they, I don't know, maybe they did it as like a favor to the other?
Whoa, Prez, that's a concerning favor.
Think about it though. Edith could have wanted Pearl dead because, well, duh. And Darren, I don't know, but they both had opportunity. One of the main things you need in a good movie killer.
Yeah, but this isn't a movie. It's real life.
Okay, but I don't know. It's an insane idea.
Yeah, a little.
Well, the point of what we started to say is that Edith and Darren were a big comfort for one another.
They were. We came across a few letters between the two of them that we're going to read.
Give me a minute and I will pull them up.
Okay.
Hello? Yes, I'm investigating a case and was curious about certain types of poison that may lead to a conclusion in this investigation. Sure, yes. Well, I do know that from what her husband described to me, this woman experienced stomach pains, shortness of breath, sweating, shaking. I do not believe so. No. All right. And how long exactly after ingestion would side effects appear? I see. No, I have not. I'm not positive of any cause of death. I'm just entertaining all possible theories. No, I have not. I'm not positive of any cause of death. I'm just entertaining all possible theories. No, I have not. I'm not positive on any cause of death. I'm just entertaining all possible theories. Yes, well, I do believe I have gathered some useful information. Once again, I very much appreciate your call back. I will surely let you know of any further questions. Thanks again, Mr. DeVille.
Here we go. I've got the letters up. I'll start reading the first one. Looks like it's from Edith to Darren.
Okay.
Darren, my dear friend, how have you been doing?
I know the recent events regarding Pearl have consumed everything. Detective Bailey seems so very determined to bring justice to Pearl, which I deeply appreciate. How is business? I do apologize for not stopping in for a meal as of late. I hope you can understand if it takes me a bit of time to come back to your restaurant. So many emotions come to mind when I see that sign inside the window each day. Well, I just wanted to check in with a dear friend and relative. Have a wonderful day, Darren. Always the best, Edith.
Edith, thank you very much for this warm letter. I'm so glad you decided to reach out. Pearl's death has been a shock to the public, yes, and I do agree that Detective Bailey is trying his very hardest, which I have to say I feel nothing but admiration for. I don't know if I could do it if I were in that position. I completely understand not seeing your face at the restaurant recently. Business has been much slower, which I do understand, but I'm hoping it picks back up soon. Well, I'd love to get together and catch up and talk a little bit more. Let me know when you're available. Warmly, Darren.
Thank you for your letter, Darren. I am thrilled that you'd like to get together sometime soon. I can make myself available and work around your schedule. Edith.
How does this Sunday morning work? Say we meet at the local cafe. I'm very much looking forward to catching up with you, Edith.
There's no other letters we found, but I'd assume they met for brunch at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see if there's anything else to look over about Darren.
Glad we could catch up today, Darren.
As am I.
Oh, and it was such a lovely day today, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
I do wish Edith could have joined us. Do you speak with her much?
No, not very often.
Well, I'm sure she would love to hear from you.
I will certainly keep that in mind. How's Bob?
Oh, he's fine. Feeling rather under the weather at this moment, but he's doing all right.
Well, tell him I wish him nothing but the best for a speedy recovery.
I certainly will. Well, until next time, my friend.
Until next time, Pearl.
Just realised we forgot to mention that Darren died when he was in his late 50s.
Yep, so a little younger than Bob was.
Well, I honestly don't see a ton more about him, at least for now, so maybe let's move on to Ada.
Sure. So, as we learned from Sarah last week, Ada lived until she was 105 years old.
Fighter and a hero for sure.
Yep. So, to summarize the info we learned from Ada's great-granddaughter last week, Ada was a DVA, or domestic violence advocate, for people during World War II.
Well, not people in World War II, just during that time, since it was 1940.
Well, anyway, that's why she was so secretive and nervous-seeming all the time.
Ada tried to leave town when things with the investigation got rough.
And when her friend and someone she once helped, Gina Hale, turned on her.
Yeah, but Detective Bailey stopped her because the investigation was still ongoing.
Yep. After he died in 1941, though, Ada left to Great Britain.
Not exactly sure why she went towards the war, but okay.
I guess she just wanted a fresh start, even if that meant being a more dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Some guy she met there was super violent, though, so Ada came back to the US at her first and safest opportunity.
Yeah, so time to talk about some other stuff about Ada?
Yeah, sure. We'll be right back. So, over the little break, we found another letter. This is from Ada to Bob.
What?
Yeah, I just double-checked. I guess I missed the name the first time.
Well, do you want to start reading it?
Yeah, sure. Dear Mr. Adams, this is Ada Holt.
I'm a waitress at the Savory Spoon. I know some time has passed since your wife's death, but knowing you won't be able to get any closure since Detective's death, I wanted to reach out and let you know I'm very sorry for your loss. I don't know who could have or would have done this. I didn't know Miss Adams that well, but from what I did know of her and the interactions that we had at the restaurant, or about the town, she seemed like a lovely woman. I'm so sorry, Mr. Adams, for your loss. Well, if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm around. Best wishes, Ada Holt.
That was nice.
Yeah, I don't really think there were any hidden motives or anything, do you?
I don't think so, no.
One sec.
Okay.
I can't find any letters from Bob to Ada. Is it really possible that he never responded to her?
I guess? Hold on. What if Bob thought Ada was guilty and that's why he didn't respond?
If he thought she was guilty, wouldn't he have taken the letter to the cops or something?
No, probably not. There's nothing at all suspicious about that letter, so it would have been useless handing it over to the police.
True.
So, should we move on to someone else?
Yeah, not really anything else to look at about Ada.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm Ada. I'll be serving you today.
Hi, Ada. Wonderful. Could I get a green salad with a glass of iced water, please?
Certainly, miss. Let me write this down.
Is today your first day?
Yes, ma'am.
Pearl, please. No worries, I like you already.
Why, thank you. Well, let me go tell our chef your order, all right?
Thank you, Ada.
Darren, can you take an order?
Sure, Ada.
Okay, green salad with iced water for the lady in the front. Pearl.
Oh, Pearl, one of my dearest friends. Let me go say hello to her. John, please begin preparing that salad. I'll be back in a jiff.
Darren, hello!
Pearl, it's lovely to see you.
You too, Darren. How have things been?
Pretty well. Yourself?
Things are good, yes.
Well, I should get back to the kitchen, but it was great seeing you once again, Pearl. I'd love to catch up sometime soon.
Of course.
Moving on from the suspects, we will be talking about the lives of Pearl's family members, Frank, Craig, and Joseph, after her case went, well, dead.
Perfect metaphor.
Sorry. Anyway, we did find letters between the three. Do you want to read the first one?
Sure, this is from Frank to Craig to Joseph. Dear Craig and Joseph, this is Frank Anderson, Pearl's stepbrother.
I am reaching out to express my sympathies. I know you both were very close with Pearl, as was I. Oh, how terribly I feel for my dear stepsister. She was so lively, kind, generous. It is going to be difficult to move on from this loss. Well, I am wondering if you two would be at all interested in meeting for lunch someday soon. Though I know we ourselves are not related, we all shared a relation with Pearl, and I feel as if we could be a great comfort for one another. Let me know. Regards, Frank Anderson.
That was nice.
Yeah, Well, do you want to read the other letter?
Sure. Frank, thank you for this letter.
We do appreciate it very much. We are sorry for your loss as well. It is not at all fair what happened to Pearl, that's for sure. Meeting for lunch sounds like a great idea. When are you available for that? Well, thank you again. Sincerely, Craig and Joseph.
I know we just keep saying this, but, that was nice.
Yeah, it was. I don't see anything else, but I guess they did meet at some point.
Probably. Oh, right, when did they die?
Why does that matter?
I don't know.
Okay. Craig and Joseph, I think both died in their 60s, like Bob.
Yeah, I think that's right. And Frank died sometime in his 70s, maybe?
Yeah, I think.
Anyway, do you think we can wrap up now?
Probably, yeah. There wasn't anything else we needed to go over, right?
Nope, I don't remember anything.
Okay, cool.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. We're getting super close to figuring out who actually killed Pearl Adams, or at least we think we are.
Yep. In next week's episode, we will be reviewing some of the interrogations, letters, and other materials from previous weeks.
Hopefully, with the new information we have learned in the past several weeks, we'll be able to pick out even more suspicious things we didn't catch before.
That's the hope. Well, that's it for today. We will see you guys next week on Case Closed.
Bye, everyone. Well, we definitely got some new info this week.
Yep. We need to research some more before our next episode. Even come up with some theories, no matter how crazy they are. I don't even care. I just feel like anything's a possibility at this point.
Agreed. Gotta head to bed. I'll text you tomorrow.
Okay, night.